Hello everyone, this is Diane. This is play day. It's Saturday and I'm just having some creative play today, and I'm using my Craspire wax items today. The newest items that I got from Craspire are the transparent beads, wax pellets, and the amber clear ones, and also this box with assorted colors in it. So right now I have transparent ones melting, and I'm melting some yellow ones here. I did do some playing earlier, and I was trying to use the transparent ones with the dried flowers that I bought at Amazon. I will link them below. Again, they all came in one set. I have this sheet of red and pink, and there's also blues and purples, and they all came in one set from Amazon. So I've had mixed results with that. The first thing I did was I poured the transparent wax out and then put the flower on top, and I tried to press it with this. I don't know what was supposed to be attached to this, but I thought I could use it as just a plain press with no design in it to kind of press the flower into the wax, but it did not work. It was a miserable failure because I think I may have needed to melt the transparent wax a little longer. I think that takes a little longer to melt than the other ones. It has another a component. It's not just wax, and I can't remember now what it is. But so that didn't work. I ruined that flower, the first one I tried to use. And then I tried it with the amber, and that was a failure also. I just poured it on top, but again, it didn't pour out very well, and I think I needed to melt it longer, because the next time I used it, it did pour out nicely. So I put this red flower down on my mat and then poured this on top. Now this is a clear. There was a little bit of white hardened into the bowl of the spoon, and I left it there. I thought it would look pretty mixed with the clear, and it does. But without being able to press the wax, it's not as thin and it's less transparent, but I think it looks pretty. So I will use this one. And then on this one, I melted some green, and I just put this right on top. And I think that's really pretty. And we're going to make something with that. I have a few things cut out. We're going to just make a couple of the seals, and then we're going to work on some, or make some ephemera with the seals. So here is the transparent. I hope I've let it melt long enough this time. And I think I just wanted to just go ahead and pour this on top. Yeah, this is pouring out nicely. So I think you just have to make sure that you let it melt long enough. Don't be impatient. Oh, how pretty is that? If you dry your own flowers, this is great. I don't, but it wasn't that expensive to get the sets of them that I got from Amazon, and it saves me the trouble. And I think it takes a little bit longer for it to harden too, so I'll just let that sit there. And I should have, whoops, let's get that away from the flame. Should have put that on the fire while we were pouring. I'm going to try to wipe this out. I have to do it carefully because the bowl is hot, but I have to do it while it's hot, or the wax will dry in there, harden. I think that's going to be pretty. I like it. And I think for this one, I used yellow, and there was a little bit of green in the bowl that was hardened, the spoon, whatever you call this. but I left that in there because I want to, I have this scrap of craft paper that I had stamped this background on, and this is one of the dried pieces that came with the flowers. And I want to pour this yellow and green, hopefully it'll be yellow and green marbled, on top of that. And what kind of emblem do I want on there? This is my Craspire holder, I think. One of these, I can't remember, came with Craspire set, and I know this is the seal, or not the seal, the stamp that I got with the Craspire set, so I'm going to use that. So what else did I make? I did this one today. I had purple, and I put in 4 or 5 of the purple pellets and then 1 gold. And then when I poured it out, most of the gold stayed on the bottom, so I just used a popsicle stick and just kind of not stirred, but stroked it through a couple of times to bring up some of the gold. And these are all ones that I did previously. Here is the clear one with just the rose. So I want to start making things with the seals that I've made. Alright, I'm going to pour this out right at the bottom of this fern piece. I should have probably put some glue at the top so that would hold it in place, but I can add a little glue when we're done. And I have my rose. I want to make sure it's right side up. Getting wax all over that, but it's the clear stuff because the other ingredient that's in there is stringy, like glue sticks, and so it's got little strings around there, so I'm going to have to take it to the sink and use hot water and try to clean that off. And I think I'll blow the candles out because I think after this we're just going to make some little embellishments with some of the seals that I've made. Oh, that's pretty. So this could just be glued to the edge of a page. I like it. Let's see how this one's doing. Yes. Isn't that pretty? So you don't need to have something to press it down. And it does need to not have even white mixed in with it. But I mean, this is pretty, but you can't see the flower very well. This is much prettier. Alright, so I'm going to make a little room here. Got some wax here that's not solidified yet, so I want to get that out of my way. And I already prepared some things that we can use to see what kind of embellishments we can make with these pretty items. Well, I think of wax seals as being on the elegant side, But I wanted to try something a little grungier. So I have this coffee dyed index card. I have this really grungy bottom part of a alterations tag. I don't even know what I colored that with. It might have been a spray ink. I have this piece of crocheted cotton lace that I wanted to look shabby, and then I just want to add this to it for a little spark of fresh, bright, fun color. And this could be a journaling card. And then you can write on the back. I wonder if I should do this on this side so the lines would be on the writing side. Let's do that. I think that I will just draw some lines all around. I'll add our little bit of tattered lace. And our really pretty daisy seal. Oops. If you had these things already prepared, if you already knew what you wanted to make, you can always pour the wax right onto your piece, like we did with the other piece with the fern. And then you don't need to glue it, and I think that completes it. Now I could glue this down to be a pocket on a page, or I could tuck this into a pocket and let it be a journaling card. So there's one. And this one, I have a book page from the book Emma, and I have a partial label that I stamped. Well, it's a partial label, but it also has a big margin. I'm going to cut that off, and I'll just put that on the edge of the page like that. I want to make this into a pocket, so I will glue that to a sturdier cardstock. And I think since I want to make it a pocket, I don't want to wrap this around the cardstock, because the card would be moving in and out. So I would rather wrap this around just the book page. So I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times. I'm going to just tape it on this side. And it won't go all the way around again, so I'm just going to cut it and tape it again. This twine here is like a tan and red, but it's vintage. It was a postal twine. I bought it at a flea market a couple years ago. The whole spool of it, two spools of it actually. So I really love that, having that. So that can go like that. And then this will go on top of it. And then this little is one of the clear ones, and I stamped the tree in it and put some gold paint on it. We did that the last time. I just want to ink around that. And this, I have these stamps that make these label images, and I stamped it on a vintage dictionary page. Actually, it has the definition for heart. Maybe I should use a heart stamp on here. I have this one, or seal, I mean. So I'm gonna get some paint and paint that heart. I finally remembered to buy some gold, silver paint. I have gold, but I didn't have silver. This is folk art. Oh, I didn't get a paintbrush. And this was stamped or molded with the white. The really pretty pearly white wax pellets that came in that little box of assorted colors. I like the white. It's nice to get an assortment of colors like that, so you can play around with different colors. There's a little bit of colored wax colored right here, something that was still in the bowl or spoon, maybe. It actually looks like copper paint. Whoops. Okay, now we can put our components together. I thought I was all ready with this one until I saw that it was the definition for heart. Maybe I should slide that under and put this on here. I like it. I like the way it looks better like that. Let's do that. It will be bumpy. Whoop. Paint's still wet. Oh, I tried to put this on top of the flower, which I did, but it doesn't show through. So I wasted a couple, 3 of the flowers while I was experimenting today. That makes a pretty little pocket. Pretty simple. And I have a journal card or pocket. I have a pocket, and now I want to make some embellishments. So these are going to be banners. I have to remember how these ingredients all went together because they got jumbled. But see, this was the first one I was putting together. So I have just these 2 scraps of scrapbook paper. I cut them into banners or pennants. And I have this piece of coffee dyed cheesecloth, and this, I think I was going to use this tree. Isn't that a pretty color of wax? It's this color. That's the copper paint. So that, I don't know, I made that heart today and I didn't use the copper paint today, so I don't know how the copper paint got onto that heart. And it doesn't bother me anyway. And then of course this could be an embellishment on a page. I wasn't going for any particular shape with that, I just cut it into a random shape. And I've got fiber sticking to my hands. Whoops, I wanted to use this one. Again, it's a pretty simple embellishment. I don't think you need to go overboard when you want the wax seals to be the star. And then I wanted to use my amber bee. I don't make bee journals and I don't intend to, but I can use a bee for other kinds of journals. But I have this honey colored scrap of cardstock and I wanted something dark that the bee could show up against, so I used this green, but I want to put this fiber behind it. So let's figure out how that's going to go. So I guess I'm just gonna put some glue here and then wrap the fiber around. Kind of let it be messy. It's a little hard to see the bee through, or because of the fibers. But I think it makes a nice element anyway. So let's take a look at some of the things I've made with my wax seals, and even in the past videos. I have some of the things right here. So I decorated this doily that could go on the bottom. I would probably add this to a half circle pocket or tuck spot, because this would be fragile and cards would be catching on it. But I think that would make a really pretty tuck spot at the bottom of a page. But because the heart is facing this way, and on this one it could be a little tuck on the side of a page. I just used little doilies and some fussy cut digital flowers. We did this one last time, this flower on you'd have to break the seal or, you know, tear something to open this up, but it's just folded parchment paper. You could write a letter or something on it and then fold it up. I showed you the way to fold that last time. I can link that video below if you want to check that video out. I should tell you that this video is a collaboration with Craspire. They sent me products that I picked out so that I could play with them and demonstrate them. And also there is a discount code. There is for me, for my shop, or for my videos, so that when you go to their website, which I will link below, you can use the code, and I will put that in the information below. It's just Diane is the code, and I think you get $5 off a purchase of $40 or more. So that's a fun, that's a fun discount for you. And I will also link the products that I used in this video. This one and the transparent beads, the amber and the clear, they come together in one bundle. So I will link all of that below, and don't forget to use my code. So here we have some pendant embellishments, and another just a page embellishment. I really like that with the fern. Let me just put a little bit of glue here. And then we have a pocket here, and a pocket or a journal card here. So I hope that you are getting some ideas, some fun ideas of ways to use wax seals. I've got some more here that I need to make embellishments with. These are the ones I did with the transparent wax. I do want to try putting a flower under it and maybe pressing a rose or something into the wax to see if it still showcases the flower. It would make the seal a little more transparent, as it makes it thinner when you press it down. So I would like to do that next time I play. I don't know if I'll do it on camera or just while I'm playing and crafting. So I'm really having fun trying out the Craspire wax and all of their fun elements that they think that they have to play with, and I hope you're enjoying seeing them, and I will see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye bye.